well, welcome to Homebrew Wednesday, guys.
Here we are again.
Yeah, Clement's Homebrew coming at you.
And I want to say to those of you that were out last Saturday for Homebrew, the big National Homebrew Day on Saturday.
Or is it this Saturday?
It was last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
So cheers to you all.
Cheers to that.
And I'm going to give a big shout out to our local place, the Brew Brothers in Hillsboro. Had, they said about over 150 people show up. And they brewed 43 different beers.
Holy
in the lot there
smokes.
that day.
That's a lot of beer.
And I missed out on that. But I was busy doing something else.
Oh, well, that's good.
What were you doing, Christian?
Well, for anyone who wasn't celebrating National Homebrew Saturday, I was celebrating Cinco de Mayo, so how about that?
I don't know if he'll let me share, but I got an awesome text from him.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
We gotta drink a little bit more before
He had a good time, let me tell you.
I always have a good time.
He does.
Tequila and beer, who stops with that?
And he added a few other twists, but hey, that's another story. So, at any rate, I've been busy.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of what he's doing in the garage? Busy stuff going on.
Why don't we cut away and we'll show you a little clip of what's going on in the garage.
It's pretty awesome.
We'll be here drinking. Meanwhile.
Yeah, we're drinking.
I'm going to walk out towards the garage, and which was jam-packed until a couple weeks ago. My poor workbench has suffered, and you can see I've got some brew here in the second fermenter that's going to be bottled up in a couple days. And but over here we've got this whole area here. We've got a refrigerator over here, and it was just completely packed all the way out to the car, to my wife's car. There was just no room anyplace. So anyway, we've kind of cleared this all out, and you can see over here I've got a shelf, nice heavy metal rack. Got this idea from hockey player. Thank you, Stephen. And he's got this great fermentation. I'll call it rather than chamber, a whole cabinet system, which is really awesome. I think he could do like 5 or 6 fermentations at once. I'm going to do very similar. I'll probably be emailing him. I have to make a trip up there to look at his, but put a refrigeration unit from a mini refrigerator up in the top, and use the top portion for fermenting. And that way I could rack down right out of the cabinet. But then on the lower half, I plan on actually putting shelves and have some openings so it'll cool down there. And I'm going to use that for longer term storage of bottled beers. Because I don't expect to have more than 2 fermentations going at once, but things could change. We'll see. 48-inch wide cabinet now that I'll be working on. I've got to do some rearranging in there, but it's allowed me to get equipment set up in there. I've got right over here. I've got a new burner, and then we've got a little shelving unit on the side here that I may be able to set up to put have some grains and containers and things. So we'll see. Anyway, bottom line, we're going full bore. I might not have the ultimate machine like some of you guys have, but I'll be brewing outside here pretty soon. So cheers, that's for this portion, and we'll catch up with some other stuff we're going to be doing here. So what do you think about this one, Christian? This is our Kolsch that we made. It's been bottle conditioning for about 3.5 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this is the best beer we've brewed. For sure. I mean, we definitely are getting out the kinks now. I mean, gosh, we went through a lot of stuff.
It's a nice golden mineral urine color. But it really has a nice color. And
at least it doesn't really taste like urine, so we're good.
It doesn't. And it's really very clear.
Yeah, but this is the one you had honey in, right?
No. That one we had a portion of the batch that was bottle fermented.
Okay.
With bottle, fermented, conditioned, I should say, with honey.
Yeah, that's okay.
This was just with corn sugar. So, it smells like a classic Kolsch.
And it tastes like a classic Kolsch.
Yeast does that for you.
I think the Kolsch yeast definitely is a smoother yeast to drink.
It's not.
We could have had a little bit more flavor in it, though.
Well, this is kind of more like what a Kolsch is. So
yeah,
it fits the style well.
I don't know. I do enjoy it. I mean, this is definitely going to be one of our most drinkable ones yet. And but the more exciting thing is that our next homebrew is going to be the grains.
Oh, we'll be going to whole grain, as you saw in the garage. And that's exciting.
None of this taking off of kits or stuff. We're going from grains now.
This coming Sunday, be bottling up the porter. So that's been resting and kind of sitting on top of the licorice root.
Licorice root. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Mellowing out on that. Everyone has some great advice. I did try it in between, and it wasn't a lot of licorice. And I've got to say that So Fucking Drunk, love that name.
What?
Sofa King Drunk.
Oh, So Fucking Drunk.
So Fucking Drunk.
Oh, got it.
And he was said, hey, let it just mellow out on the licorice. And let me know how that goes. And I'm like, right on. I agree with him because after the taste. So that's what I'm doing, and I will let you know. And we're probably going to let that bottle condition for a while. I wish I had a keg system for it, but it was looking good. It was tasting good. All right, so while we enjoy this beer, we're going to do another cutout, and we're going to show you. I filmed earlier. We were making a mead, and it was Joe's Ancient, I think, orange and spice mead. It was an easy one to make, the first mead. Mm-hmm. And let's take a look at that film.
Yeah,
see what we got.
Goes.
I needed an easy week for brewing. I don't know if I've shown the video, but I'll be showing video of what's going on in the garage. We're moving everything out into the garage, and my wife's been awesome because she's helped me just clear out half the garage and a room that we're converting into another spare room, and good stuff. So I need an easy one, long story short, and I've always wanted to make mead, and I met a guy named Andrew Whitaker who's made several meads, something he enjoys, and he shared some recipes. We've been kind of sharing emails back and forth. And he gave me this website. It's Got Mead. So gotmead.com. Great site if you ever want to do mead. Just everything you want to know. But they have this recipe called Joe's Ancient Orange and Spice Mead. And it's based on more to the aspect of how they made mead supposedly in the day. And in fact, in it even calls for using bread yeast. So I'm going to be substituting a few things, and I'll post what I do, but you're not even boiling the mead. This is probably too high now. You're just putting it in warm water and diluting it down. I'll kind of talk through what I'm doing a little bit and show some pieces and clips as I go, and I'll post the recipe. But here we go. I've had about 3.5 pounds of clover honey sitting in warm water to make it even a little easier. Okay, as you can see, I've got the all of the honey diluted and inside the 1 gallon little jug or carboy, if you want to call it that. And now the next thing is to take a large orange and cut it into 8s whole, believe it or not. And it tells you right on the thing, just trust me, don't listen to the experts, put the whole thing in. Not trusting the directions to cut it in 8s. I cut it just a little bit smaller to get them in there easily. The next thing that they said to add in was a handful of raisins. Of course, everyone's hands are a little different, so they suggested 25 or however many you like. So I counted out 30 raisins. Just sounded good, and they weren't huge raisins. So we're going to go ahead and toss our 30 raisins down there. And a whole stick of cinnamon. And that goes. Very good. And then optional on this, I'm sorry for reading this, but optional on this, first time doing this for me, is putting in a small pinch of nutmeg and allspice. So I'm going to go for it. What the heck? I do like both. I like making pumpkin pie from scratch. I cook the pumpkins down. Sometimes I grow them as well. So there's just a little bit of nutmeg. A little will do ya. And we'll do the same with the allspice. Just a small pinch of that. I actually picked up some Yeast wine nutrient blend that was suggested. A little less than 1/4 teaspoon. The directions called for filling it up to within 3 inches of the top. I'm hoping that's not too much. That looks about 3 inches. And then to shake it vigorously. Now we want to let it sit. It's just a little warm from having warmed up the honey. And we want to let it sit till it gets down to about room temperature. And then we're going to add the yeast. Water in this and set up the bubbler, and you're looking at waiting for about, that's a little high, I'll drop that in a minute, but you're looking at waiting for about 2 months plus. If you follow the recipe exactly, of course, as I said earlier, I went ahead and I added some Yeast wine nutrient. I'm hoping in doing this that I might actually be done in about a month. So we'll see though. We'll see how that goes. And I'll let you know how that turns out. But there you have it. A really simple mead. And we'll let you know the results, and I'll post the recipe. Cheers. One more note real quick on that. After the activity is done, because you got the airlock on it, then you're going to go ahead and you'll keep an airlock, but you're going to go ahead and you're going to add some water to kind of top it off once it's done. And at that point, you'll let it sit for that, like I said, roughly 2+ months. So don't forget to top it off. And they said at that point, just leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Put it in a dark place. But the warmer temperatures are great. So anyway, enjoy. I will be. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really, honestly, I'm kind of excited to see how that turns out. And
yeah, well, it's going to have some spice to it, that's for sure. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, the orange and the spices and everything.
And if it turns out correctly, it'll be a time for Colin's wedding.
My wife can't drink the beers, but she said, "Ooh, I could drink the mead." So
that's true.
So we're hopefully going to have that ready for a wedding and be enjoying that. Mm-hmm. But we'll let you know how that one goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so much for that. We're going to just say cheers.
Cheers.
And happy Homebrew Wednesday to you all. And we will catch you next time.
Yeah, next time it is. Enjoy yourself, guys.
See you later.
Later.